you guys for coming. I want to introduce you to Jasmine, who's from Simply Smiles. As you have heard this week, we're focused on Love Your Neighbor is our theme, and the missions program is a big part of what we do at Silver Lake. Simply Smiles has been one of our missions partners for a very long time, as you can see from this picture that Jasmine's sharing right here. I don't know if you recognize anyone in this picture. Samara, do you recognize someone?
Oh yeah, you got Gigi and oh my god, there's like Cameron and then I can't remember her name, but the one in the picture.
Danielle, right?
Danny, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And in the back with the hat and the sunglasses, do you recognize him?
Not really.
That's Jack, your dean for Virtual Just Camp.
The hat on. Not who has the hat
So we've been supporting Simply Smiles for a really long time, both through sending groups to go on mission trips there and through our missions program at camp, where we donate out of our camp store accounts to help support them. So today, Jasmine's gonna tell us a little bit about what they do. We're gonna play a couple of Kahoot quizzes, and you guys will have a chance to ask questions. So go right ahead.
Yeah, Jennifer, thank you so much. And thank you, Silver Lake, for inviting me to speak today. I'm very excited. So my presentation is going to be a little long, guys. It's going to be around like 30 to 40 minutes. And I'm really just going to delve into exactly what Simply Smiles does as an organization. Because as I am the volunteer coordinator for the organization, when I speak to audiences, I usually speak about one or the other of our project locations. So we have 2 project locations, and I never have the opportunity to speak about them both in the same presentation, so I'm super excited. Let me just speak about the structure of our presentation. I'll be going over geographically where Simply Smiles works. For the first half, I'll speak about Simply Smiles on the Cheyenne River Reservation and briefly speak about the Simply Smiles Children's Village, which is our newest endeavor. Super exciting. We'll end that section with a trivia, a Kahoot of about 3 questions, and we'll delve into what we do in Oaxaca, Mexico at the children's home, where we have 18 kids living in our care. So it's super exciting. And then we'll end with a trivia. So let's get started. Simply Smiles works in 2 very different locations, as you can see. One in South Dakota, we work on the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe Reservation in South Dakota, and we work in Oaxaca, Mexico. At both of our locations, we work to build villages of foster homes where children are raised in intentional families and strong communities. We work in unison with our partner communities in Oaxaca, Mexico, where we have built the Simply Smiles Home for Children. Like I had said, it's home to 18 kids living in our care currently. This is them mid-pandemic at the park, which we can no longer go to. But let's talk about Simply Smiles on the Cheyenne River Reservation. Out of us 4, has anyone ever heard of Simply Smiles or heard of our program locations? If so, raise your hand. I'd love to see. Yeah, nice. Great. So, well, then you would know maybe that right now, traditionally speaking, if the world was not in the midst of this global pandemic, Simply Smiles would be in South Dakota right now, and we play many, many roles in South Dakota. Every summer, we host volunteers on the reservation for about 4 months in a row, so 16 weeks in a row, multiple groups, sometimes a week. And we've hosted thousands of volunteers on the Cheyenne River Reservation since 2008. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say our volunteers are truly the key to all of our successful programming on the Cheyenne River Reservation. You all have helped us to build 5 homes for new families, 5 new homes for families. This is one of the homes. This is Kendall and his son, DJ. You've helped us to build a volunteer bunkhouse where you all, can crash when you come visit us during a service trip with Simply Smiles. super luxurious, and it's air conditioned, which is not something you get. And you all help us to organize countless community events and youth programming. And because of the consistency and our consistent presence and our dedicated volunteers volunteering with Simply Smiles, we have extended our youth programming and our community outreach endeavors to the entire eastern half of the Cheyenne River Reservation. But with all of this said, and due to the coronavirus pandemic, Simply Smiles could not be present, unfortunately, this year on the reservation. And with the cancellation of our volunteer season, Simply Smiles has totally had to adjust all of our efforts, just as you all have as well, probably at Silver Lake. So virtual summer camp, working from home. So it's been a little chaotic, but we're making do, and the kids are doing well. And we have been connecting with community partners every day on the ground, and we're providing summer camp activities for the children and families via our Facebook group, which is exclusive to all members of the Cheyenne River Reservation. And with this said, because we're not on the ground in South Dakota, we have really taken this time to focus almost exclusively on our newest endeavor, the Simply Smiles Children's Village. When I said Simply Smiles plays many roles on the Cheyenne River Reservation, I think our most prominent role has been summer camp, youth programming. And right now we're transitioning into the Simply Smiles Children's Village because there is a real crisis for Native children in the foster care system in Indian country right now. We're shifting our efforts to address this crisis and to create everlasting change for children who have had unimaginably difficult starts to life. The state of South Dakota Department of Social Services has actually licensed us, Simply Smiles, as a child placement agency where we can have kids in our care. We can create a foster care children's village. The Simply Smiles Children's Village is an intentional, a first of its kind intentional community for Native foster families that will offer child placement options which fulfill the letter and spirit of the Indian Child Welfare Act by keeping Native children who have been removed from their homes with kin and community. So with Native foster parents. Our statistics today are very sad, and I promise they'll be the only statistics I'm showing, but it's true, and these are facts that we need to discuss. On average, 16 sibling groups per month are removed from their homes on the Cheyenne River Reservation. And the Native American children within the state of South Dakota make up about 13% of the youth population. In the state of South Dakota, yet they represent 67.2% of all youth in the state's foster care system, which is absurd. With that said, this is the first home in the Simply Smiles Children's Village, and there will be 6 more completed to look exactly like it. And when Simply Smiles Children's Village is complete, 36 Native foster kids will be living in our care. Great news, we do have a couple of our staff, our clinical director and our senior program manager, moving out to the reservation in August to get ready for the opening of the first children's home, and we hope to have 6 kids in our care by this October. This is the inside of the house where the first 6 kids will live. So the plumbing is all ready, the refrigerator is there, the islands are there. We're just waiting for kids. And unfortunately, the pandemic has paused us a little bit, but we're super excited to have kids in our care. And here I'm going to show just a 2-minute video of, elders and community members speaking about the need for the Children's Village in and on the Cheyenne River Reservation.
A lot of families are broken on Cheyenne River, just kind of in general in Indian country.
I support this because it's something that's always been needed on our reservation. As a child, I was one of those that was almost adopted out.
I'm very glad it's here, it's on the reservation, it's really needed here on our reservation. A lot of our children are taken away and we never see them.
It's going to be a Lakota-oriented atmosphere.
They get to grow up here and be amongst their own people and hopefully relearn their culture.
We want to keep our children home where they can connect with us.
Being here, the parents could come and see them and then they could talk to culture.
Every kid is in survival mode. That's all they do. They're just here to survive. So with the Children's Village and having a family, it gives them hope and it gives the community hope.
Our children need this. It'll make them proud of who they are. They will know where they came from.
So that brings us to our trivia time here via Kahoot. Is that correct? All right. You all have to help me out because I'm not too technically savvy at this. Do I just do classic?
Everyone able to get in? Paul, are you good? There you are. Excellent.
Is that all of us?
Lily, are you going to get in? There we go.
We will start. Okay, so first question, folks. What state is the Cheyenne River Reservation located in? I'm so sorry, they're kind of fast. They're 10 seconds each. But yes, South Dakota, great job. Okay,
Can
our
everyone
next question.
see the screen? So the answers will be on the screen and then you pick the color that matches where you're playing.
What was that, Jen? I'm sorry.
No, it's just when you're playing, the words are only on your screen and not on what you're playing on. You just pick the color and the shape that matches.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knows that. They've probably used Kahoot more than I have, right? I know Lily uses it for school, so they're probably more savvy
Kahoot
than
is
us.
great. It's my favorite game. Okay, are we ready for our next question? How long has Simply Smiles been hosting volunteers on the Cheyenne River Reservation? So red is 2003, green 2006, yellow 2008, or you know I got those all mixed up. 2008 is the correct answer, but that was good, guys. All right, our next question, true or false? Simply Smiles is working to create a children's village to keep Native foster children with Native foster parents. Woo-woo. Way to go. Great job. Okay, that brings us to the next part of our presentation. Does anyone have any questions, since it's very intimate, it's the four of us? All right, let me move on then.
Oh, wait, sorry, I thought of a question.
Yes.
How old do you have to be to go on a mission trip to the Cheyenne River Sioux Reservation?
You have to be 15 years of age to participate in a service trip for the reservation.
Cool. So we're not quite there yet, but some of us will be soon, right, Samara?
I know, it's so exciting.
One more year.
Speaking of Silver Lake, yeah, let's move on to the children's home in Oaxaca, Mexico. This is the home. And I don't know if you guys recognize this picture in the very beginning, the title photo, but Silver Lake was in Oaxaca in 2016, and you all actually helped us to build the facility of the Simply Smiles Children's Home, which is super great. In addition to that, Silver Lake has had a very long partnership with Simply Smiles, specifically in Oaxaca. You all have taken 5 service trips with us since the year of 2008, which is amazing. And we love and very much respect our relationship with Silver Lake and hope to continue it. This brings me really full circle to the founding story of Simply Smiles. And this is Simply Smiles since 2003. So when I'm talking about the reservation, I'm talking Simply Smiles is already established, is here. But Oaxaca, Mexico is a very special place. And Simply Smiles was created in 2003 when Brian Nurnberger, pictured here, was traveling in Oaxaca. Brian discovered a passion for service when he volunteered at Casa Hogar Bonite Juarez, the children's home in Oaxaca. And that is where the idea of Simply Smiles was created. Brian learned by being able to make a child smile, he could have a long-lasting impact on their life. And so our first project was to drive this bus filled with donations and medical supplies and goodies for all the kids from Connecticut all the way to Oaxaca. And since then, since 2003, those smiles have been the foundation of our philosophy. Here at Simply Smiles, we truly believe that by creating an oasis for children to feel safe and feel comfortable, that has a profoundly positive impact, and it all begins one smile at a time. It was the same children's home that Brian was at in 2003 where he met Gabby. And Gabby was exceptional. She was nothing less than exceptional, and she had dreams. And at the age of 18, Gabby traveled to the United States for the first time. This is a picture of her attending Sacred Heart University here in Connecticut on a full scholarship from Simply Smiles, where she graduated with a degree in business administration. After graduating, Gabby chose to move back to Oaxaca so she could dedicate her life to providing children with the same opportunities that she had when she was young. And she now runs the Simply Smiles Home for Children in Oaxaca, Mexico. The 18 kids that are in Simply Smiles care are really in Gabby's care. She's a leader, she's an exemplar, and she is truly an inspiration to all of the Simply Smiles community. So here I'm going to play a 5-minute video we created a mini documentary which really captures where the kids in our care comes from, and what the Simply Smiles Children's Home is like and what it provides. It also shows what your support as a donor and a volunteer contributes towards. So let's just take a quick 5 minutes to watch.
I know what this child has been through because I was one of them. We have have many kids like Pedro. They come from remote villages in Mexico. We have several children who live on the streets trying to look for their mothers. Even now, they still don't know who their parents are or where they are from. But now they have found a new home. Hi, I'm Gabi, and I'm the director of the Simply Smiles Home for Children in Oaxaca, Mexico. Simply Smiles offers a home for especially like find a new family where we care for them as a family member.
This is a safe and loving environment where children can grow up to be what they want to be. When we decided to build this facility, we knew that it had to be much more than just a warehouse for children. So we chose bright colors, planted flowers, all to create a happy and loving environment for the children.
We have a laundry room, we have a nice kitchen, we have 3 dormitories for the kids. We have an area where they can do their homework.
Every day, the children are provided with 3 healthy, diverse meals. We pretty much have to go to the grocery store every day. We have this beautiful facility. What really makes it work is our incredible staff. Everyone coming together to make sure the children have all that they need.
Yo aquí en Casa Hogar soy cocinera. En la cocina somos 3 personas que damos pues, mantenimiento aquí y hacemos todo lo de la cocina. Bueno, la alimentación que se les da aquí se les da de todo. Se les da pues, carnes, verduras, cereales. Procuramos leche, todo para que tengan una alimentación correcta.
Simply Smile's greatest successes, in my opinion, have been Rosa. Rosa has been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. The day that we met Rosa and her family, we were hosting a health clinic down in a village called Santa Maria Tepehipana. We saw this family come through the line and recognized right away that the baby was in a bad way. She was severely underweight, incredibly malnourished, and just from looking at her, it was pretty obvious that if she stayed there, she was gonna die.
Rosa has all the services that she needs to grow and to thrive. She has a special caretaker named Paula. She has special food, and she has some of the best doctors in Mexico.
Simply Smiles Home for Children was set up with the vision of becoming a big extended family. Rosa is no exception to this extension of our family.
Many things that makes me happy. Makes me happy to be able to say yes to the parents who come and ask help, but also makes me happy to see them go to school. Simply Smiles covered everything, including uniforms, school supplies, the tuition, whatever the student needs.
The children can pursue education at any level and of any type, from special needs schools, to trade schools, to private high schools, public high schools, and the best universities in Mexico. named it Simply Smiles because each time a child smiles, that's a stepping stone on a path to a brighter future.
So I'm sure you're probably wondering how the kids are doing in Oaxaca during this pandemic. I personally was in Mexico for 6 weeks from February to March and came home March 11th, and we were in quarantine March 15th. And they too have been in quarantine. I think they're on like their 14th week. With that said, the children and the staff remain healthy and safe at the children's home, even though cases of COVID-19 are on the rise in Oaxaca. The core staff continues to quarantine with the children. It's very cute. This is a typical meal 3 times a day. This gathering happens, and it's adorable and very familial. Strict health and safety practices remain in place. Lucero, who is holding the temperature of the thermometer, is attending university to become a nurse, actually. And Maricela, her little helper, they're both in charge of checking temperatures daily for all of the kids and staff at the children's home. And while it's week 14 in quarantine, the kids are continuing their studies, completing their school year from home, and making the most of this time together. And we are so lucky to have incredible kids and truly a special staff who are able to provide the highest levels of self-care, of care and love. And that's all thanks to the support of our Simply Smiles community from afar. Like Gabby had said in the video, Simply Smiles funds 18 children, staff, medical expenses, and everything. And it's truly so powerful that the Simply Smiles community makes it happen. So to conclude, Simply Smiles has come a long way since 2003. We now exist to build villages of foster homes where children are raised by families and in strong, intentional communities. And our model is new and progressive, and one that moves away from institutional care while also addressing the limitations of the traditional foster care system. At Simply Smiles Children's Villages, whether that be on the reservation or in Oaxaca, Mexico, children live with loving staff and loving parents and receive individualized, culturally specific, trauma-informed care that honors the connection to biological family and allows the children to heal and to thrive. And by supporting Simply Smiles today, you are directly impacting the lives of so many children, and you are helping to provide them with the bright futures that they deserve. All donations made today through Silver Lakes Missions Day will help to support the Simply Smiles Children's Home in Oaxaca, Mexico, as well as the Children's Village on the Cheyenne River Reservation. So thanks for zooming in, everyone. It's a cute little GIF. But we do have one last Kahoot if we would like to play. This one might be easier than the last. And next time, everyone, I will make them more than 10 seconds long in between. So I'm so sorry in advance, but they'll go a little quickly. is very funky.
Yeah. You got it, Lily? She has a very complex nickname that she likes to enter in. It takes a minute. There we go.
Nice. All right. Where is the Simply Smiles Children's Home located? This music is incredibly exciting.
Very festive.
Nice. Oaxaca, Mexico. Great answers, everyone. Okay, how many trips has Silver Lake participated in to the children's home in Oaxaca, Mexico? Five trips. Great job, guys. How many kids are living at the children's home in Oaxaca currently? Yes, 18. Fabulous, fantastic. True or false? Spanish is the only language spoken in Oaxaca. False. Very good, very good. True or false? Would you like to participate in a service trip with Simply Smiles in the future? All winners. You all are winners. This is amazing. Fabulous. Well, that is it for me, Jen.
Awesome. Does anyone have any questions for Jasmine before we wrap it up today? And if you don't want to talk, you can always type in the chat. No questions today? All right. That means you must have told us everything and we're all experts now.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. You're an amazing audience.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming. And if anyone wants to learn more about Simply Smiles or you want to get your parents to go on and make a donation, you can go to their website, simplysmiles.org. And there's all kinds of good stuff there. And hopefully we will, before too long, be able to host another trip out there through Silver Lake. So stay tuned for that information. And as soon as you're old enough, you can jump into that.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me, and it was lovely meeting everyone. I look forward to hosting you all at a project location soon once coronavirus is gone.
All right, thanks so much, everyone. It was great to see you all, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'm sure I'll run into you over the next couple of weeks as you do all our fun stuff. Bye.